All right, legends, how is everybody doing? Let's dive in through the Bitcoin price. We got many levels and scenarios that I want to talk about in this live stream, right? We got a nice blank chart here on Bitcoin. We'll be getting some levels, some scenarios here, see what could happen on this live stream. So what I need you to do, first of all, is absolutely destroy that like button on your way in, guys, because I've got a good one for you today. We got Bitcoin, we got gold hitting all-time high. We got some really interesting news and scenarios that I want to talk about. We got liquidity, we got CBD, we got a bit of everything here, guys, that we're going to go in order. Also taking a look at the comment section and keeping it very nice and educational as always. All right, so first of all, let's dive in here through the comment section. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, and yes, you can hear me, you can see me, I'm live. Let's go right away through comment section and say hello to the beautiful community. As always, guys, let's go. 𝗬𝗫𝗃, my brother, thanks for joining the live stream. Crypto Big Brains, let's go. Andy, I'm still holding my short from 64,675, but taking most of the profits out. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. I did manage to get into a quick short early this morning, UAE time. As I woke up, we were exactly hitting that monthly level that was mentioned on a video update a couple of days ago, right? Or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. My bad. This was yesterday. So yeah, just woke up early this morning and we were at the level and did take a small short. It wasn't too big, all right? But overall, did manage to jump into that short position and already out completely from that position. Let me go through the comment section. And yeah, I mean, this is something curious, guys. I have to say, we are day traders, right? I got into the short. I'm out, right? I'm in no position at the moment. Done a little bit of scalping. Today has been a very difficult day. Very, very difficult day. Very hard to get with the Legends trading community on a good trading setup, right? If I'm risking a little bit and I'm not too sure about the trade, I will not inform about that trade because I want only the best for the community. And today has been quite a difficult range, okay? It has been quite difficult. I will explain a little bit of what's been going on here. Where have there been the trading setups apart from this short position from the monthly, right? On YouTube, we talk about higher time frame levels that are very good, such as this monthly level, right? As provided yesterday. But in the Legends trading community, I'm a day trader. I'm a scalper. I look for intraday setups, and people need to chill in the comments section. My goodness. Because today we talked about the big major resistance zone, big zone for Bitcoin. We are at resistance, talking about potential pullbacks, right? Because we have been in this uptrend and people need to chill in the comment section. You know, we got this guy here saying, here comes again the biggest bear in crypto space. I'm actually quite bullish on the higher time frame, right? This is intraday setups. People need to stop, you know, getting confused from local levels of resistance and scalps. I took this short position at the monthly and I'm completely out. It already got a drop of over $1,000. I was happy with the profits, didn't enter exactly at the monthly, a little bit late, but overall realizing the local levels of support and actually got into a long position today. Very difficult one. I'll be explaining that, but I'm a day trader, okay? This has to be said, right? And yeah, basically, here we come again with the biggest bear in the crypto space. Must be relentless, shorter, or just another crypto pessimist. Hey, we are talking about intraday setups and scenarios, right? Today, I do think that we could be hitting another high with a correction down, sweeping the lows of the weekend or not, right? And then looking for a short position at these certain levels that I'm going to mention today. But yeah, not a perma bear, not the biggest bear in crypto, right? People need to chill with these comments, right? I'm not sure if you do pay attention to my video updates, but yeah, I mean, this is like, here we come again, the biggest bear in the crypto space. Absolutely not. I got into that short position and out in no trade at the moment on any of the exchanges. And I got something very interesting, guys, because I want to do a challenge here, and I will be sharing the updates throughout the next coming weeks, all right, on live streams, because I want to try and turn a $10,000 account into $20,000. I was speaking to a good crypto friend from back in Spain. You know, hey, why don't you do a challenge and share with me a little bit the updates that you've been doing? And I'm actually going to do this on YouTube as well. And I like really aggressive, try and turn $10,000 into $20,000 by the end of October. And this is very aggressive. This is trying to make 100% of the account in 1 month, right? Making $10,000 in approximately 40 days, right? This is just, we're just in 23rd of September. I'm going to say realistically, it's probably going to be by the end of November or so. I'm not going to rush and try and prove anything, but it's a little bit of a challenge. Try and risk a little bit more on the trades, such as 3%, right, on each trade instead of 1-2%, right? Giving it a little bit more aggressive and just getting into high probability setups, right? Because it is possible, and I want to really prove that in on YouTube, right? Just to say, hey guys, you can actually turn. You can actually double an account, and this is aggressive. I would say realistically, you can double an account very carefully in about 3 to 4 months would be something, okay, something like, yeah, it is possible. I'm going to try and do it in about a month and a half, which is going to be a little bit aggressive. It's not my style of trading, but overall I want to share those, that P&L throughout the next coming weeks, and make you understand that it is possible. It's going to be a bit aggressive. I'm going to be more hours in front of the chart, but trying to actually double an account in a month and a half, which I've never done. I've never done this, but I'm going to go a little bit aggressive on the percentage, okay? And this is just a challenge that I am doing here that I want to share to my friend and on YouTube. And I'm going to say, hey, maybe by the end of October, I'm not going to reach the 20K by the end of October, but potentially it is going to be around November, end of November. I'm going to spend a little bit more hours on the chart and looking for more intraday scalping setups, of course, giving me more time to share with the Legends trading community. So let's see if that is going to happen. But you can never put a date when you're trading, right? I'm going to do my best, but you can't say in 30 days I'm going to double the account. No, this is just, it's not possible. If depending on the trading setups, some days I do not trade. You need to see the opportunities, right? So this is why, October, I'm going to do my best. It's probably going to be, throughout November. And this is something that I want to share, of course, with you on YouTube, right? So let's go right away through the comment section, and I want to go. Let's get some people jumping on the live stream. My goodness, 200 watching on the live stream. Wow, today's like really not many people here on the stream. My goodness, 200 people. Anyway, smash up the like button for the algorithm. Let's see if we do get to at least 300 people on the stream. It is Monday. People are like, yeah, screw that. Monday, I want to chill. But yeah, we'll be going through some scenarios here on Bitcoin. And what is disturbing about this move, right? This kind of failed auction from the highs, talking about the last few days, how we looked at this scenario being an impulsive wave. Then the next impulse throughout the weekend, it's been very boring. What is disturbing about this to be the end of the fifth wave is it's just very fast and very three-wavy, right? This is why I do think that potentially we could get one more leg to the upside and hit some crucial levels of resistance and then get a much wider pullback in the next coming days. We'll be explaining a little bit in detail throughout the next coming minutes, all right? But overall, hey, if we are looking at resistance zones, these are day trading setups, okay? These are day trading setups where we talk about a monthly, it's a rejection. I'm not saying that this monthly is going to be the one that is going to come down to 49K, right? Look, such as those perma bears that we have there, right? Yeah, this is the short. This has to be the high. We're going to crash down, right? This is a day trade setup, right? We do come down to local levels of support, locally, we do have some bullish scenarios, okay, that could play out as well. So it's just like, hey, chill. This is a day trade level, okay? This is a level where it could get rejected throughout the next coming hours after hitting the level, right? It's super important, guys, to understand that we are not swing traders. I am not swing traders. I say we. I'm not sure what type of trader you are. But for me, it's very difficult to say, yeah, this is the highs, and I am going to be targeting these lows, right, in the next couple of weeks, right? It's like, no. We need to take a look at intraday levels of support, resistance, scalping scenarios, right? So we'll be going through some scenarios that I do have ready here for you, of course. So, and it's high probability. I'm just going to share high probability zones and what we need to see to take the trading decision. And you know, you can have your own opinion after that. Andy, question, please. Does Ethereum flow with BTC as regards chat reading and momentum? Does Ethereum flow with BTC as regard charts reading and momentum? Yeah, usually Ethereum does move very similar to Bitcoin. However, this cycle it's had, you know, a little bit of its own path, right? We need to see Bitcoin breaking all-time highs and getting that pump, aggressive pump. And I can already tell you that a lot Ethereum plus many altcoins are going to be lagging behind, okay? Bitcoin is the first mover. Bitcoin is what makes the official announcement move. Okay, guys, I am breaking all-time high, saying to all of the altcoins, you can come ahead after me, right, to start pumping very aggressively. So, yeah, without a doubt, it is not an instant correlation when Bitcoin pumps with Ethereum and other altcoins. Bitcoin is the first mover. Once Bitcoin breaks all-time high, we are going to start seeing some altcoins days or even weeks after that momentum happens, you know, absolutely skyrocketing, okay? It's just they do not move the same. Tortuga, my man, how are you doing? Should I long Ethereum now? Yes, long Ethereum now, says. I haven't been paying too much attention on Ethereum the last few days, to be honest, even a couple of weeks. Ethereum pumping very, very nicely at the moment. Shall we long Ethereum on this momentum? You got a possible Adam and Eve double bottom here, right? You got a nice move down. You got a nice round formation, not quite hitting the lows, but it does look pretty nice. It does actually look pretty nice. Would I long right now? It's all about how to manage risk here, guys. You know, the question is, as you're pumping right now on Ethereum, you're pumping at the very highs from the momentum that we've had throughout the last couple of weeks, right? Will this pump continue? Well, I think that, you know, there is a high chance that you could be looking to test these highs in the next coming days. Nice, beautiful, kind of an Adam and Eve scenario. You got a low right there. You could speculate that this is a wave 1, wave 2. You're inside of the wave 3 right now. And what you would want to see potentially is the 1.618 being hit, right, as the extension here, which is round about the high. So, yeah, there is a high chance that you could be coming to the highs here in the coming days on Ethereum. With my style of trading, I haven't analyzed very carefully Ethereum, the levels and the different scenarios. You know, I mainly trade Bitcoin. Would I long here? Never in a million years. I would long Ethereum right now, personally, at the highs that we formed just early this morning. Will it break out, continue up? Yeah, potentially, yes. We are very strong in an uptrend momentum throughout the last few days, so why not? It's all about where to put stop loss, right? Would you long here right now and put stop loss where? At these lows? What if you form an ABC flat? You know, if it pumps throughout the level, will you be defensive? It's just really depending on your strategy. We ain't going to talk about Ethereum. I will prepare an Ethereum analysis for the next stream if you want. But I'm going to focus on Bitcoin, on what's going on with Bitcoin eventually, because Bitcoin is the one that I mainly trade and I want to share with you guys here on YouTube. So 64K, the next support, the next resistance, you mean, as we are below 64K, and what is above us is resistance. So we're going to talk about some scenarios here on Bitcoin, okay? We just want to go through the comment section and say hello to the beautiful community. Love your analysis. I learned a lot from you, says 𝗬𝗫𝗍. That is wonderful. That is great to hear. Yeah, we can't ignore the CME gap at 54K. Wow, I think I have that somewhere here. We do have that CME futures gap, right? I probably even deleted it. No, there it is. We got the gap down over here, right, at 54K. We cannot ignore it. Wow, if you were just focusing on the CME gap throughout the last 2 weeks, you missed out on, longing some good levels of support without a doubt, okay? So forget about the gaps, guys. We do have a gap at 9K, right? If you've been in this cycle since 2020, you know there is a Bitcoin CME futures gap at $9,000, right? If you've been waiting for that gap throughout the last few years, well, the price is up over 500% since 9K, right? So forget about the gaps, guys. It will get filled when it needs to get filled, right? And maybe not, just like that gap at 9K. So it's, one of those things that don't pay attention, guys, to the gap, because if you've been waiting solidly for that gap throughout the last 2 weeks, the price is up over $10,000 from that gap. So what can I say? I forget about gaps. Smash the like. Can you hear me well, guys? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm just confirming here that microphone is on. Smash the like button, says Aditya. DXY can bounce based on timing, in my opinion. Yeah, DXY is something that I wanted to pull out today. I'm starting to make this a very, very mixed, not an organized stream. I really want to focus on Bitcoin, guys, first of all, but I'm just reading the comments and going throughout basically what the comments are saying. And Tortuga is saying, the DXY could get a bounce. We are at those lows from December of 2023. We are forming a local consolidation, kind of a double bottom throughout the last couple of weeks, right? Yeah, without a doubt, we could get a stronger bounce on the dollar index, right? Get a relatively nice bounce throughout the next coming days, which should not be a good impact on Bitcoin, supposedly. So it is just testing those lows. I am right now bearish on the DXY throughout the last few weeks since we lost, this point of control from the range of the last 2 years. I was, quite bullish on the dollar index a few months ago as we were maintaining above point of control here as support. As soon as we lost it, we've been bearish on the dollar index since then, right? And we have been in that downtrend throughout the last couple of months here. So still bearish. I think dollar index, could get that relief bump from this low, but would be expecting lower levels in the next coming months. That should be a good impact on the price of Bitcoin to continue the bull run, right? To actually get that nice big pump throughout Q4 of 2024 and Q1 of 2025, right? It should be when we start seeing those, the price skyrocketing, right? So let's Andy, cheers. Himangsu, how are you doing, my man? Thanks for joining the stream. Cutest girl. I wanted to long Ethereum. What's Ethereum price for 2025? I'm going to say a conservative target would be $6,000 to $8,000, and a very, very explosive target would be above $10,000, right? Will we hit above $10,000 in this cycle on Ethereum? Potentially, yes. Conservative target would be about in between 6 and 8K. That's lying the conservative target. So why too much volatility in the market today? I know today has been a difficult day. It's been a very difficult day. Very difficult day. I was just really so aware of the price bouncing at this zone at some point, and you just got a pump, a dump, another big pump right now on Bitcoin. Well, big pump. As day traders, a $500-600 move is a big pump, right? I'm happy with a $500 move when I'm trading Bitcoin because it's intraday levels, right? It's just a trade that might last an hour or 3-4 hours, and a $500-600 move is a good move for me, right? For all of those swing traders, you need at least, right, a $2,000-3,000 move on the price of Bitcoin. But for me, these moves are nice. Let's talk about the price of Bitcoin, right? Has this peak finished, right? Have we finished this uptrend momentum, or are we going to get another high? We've been in a very nice uptrend throughout the last couple of weeks, right? Higher highs, higher lows, very, very nice momentum. Is this the top? Are we going to reject? Well, there is a possibility of forming an ABC structure here, right? There is a possibility in forming a three-wave, right? The question is, have we finished this three-wave move up? Or is this bullish and it's a double 1-2-1-2 and the price is just going to absolutely rocket entering into October? And we do know that October is extremely bullish. October is a very bullish month for Bitcoin. It always has been throughout the last decade. There's been a couple of months, all right, a couple of years, sorry, that October has been bearish. The most bearish October was in 2014, and in 2018 it was just a 3.8% in the red. Rest of the years, October has been insane. And something curious that I've been seeing on Twitter, obviously, that I'm just going to point it out here. Every time September, which has usually been a bearish month for Bitcoin, has ended up in the green. October, November, December, right? Q4 has been extremely bullish. That happened in 2015, 16, and 2023 last year. Q4 was extremely bullish. Now it's green September. Does that mean that Q4 has to be extremely bullish? Well, we've got too many people, talking about this right now. So they're probably going to jinx it, right? They're probably going to turn Q4 of 2024 very bearish, just because, look what happened here when September has been green. We've had an insane bullish green Q4. Well, I don't know. I don't know. History does not need to repeat, right? So, yeah, very skeptical on this. But yeah, I am bullish. I am actually bullish on Q4 of this year. So anyway, let's go back with the technicals here on Bitcoin, because what is disturbing going on the higher time frame is this big fat mess, right? We got a famous diamond reversal pattern on the higher time frame. Woo! Diamond pattern, let's go. Diamond pattern target is all the way up at all-time high. I'm going to say that, yeah, without a doubt, hey, this is a beautiful diamond pattern. I'm not a huge fan of diamond patterns, but when you see them on the chart like this, with the highest volume in the middle of the diamond pattern, and this is higher time frame, guys. I do not trade higher time frame. Matter of fact, I'm not in a swing long from this level. We got a beautiful back test from the lows here of July. Look at this. This has happened consistently. This is something that we talked about throughout the streams, right? Throughout the last few weeks, right? Even a couple of months since August, right? We've been talking about, hey, maybe we're going to come down and backtest the low from July and get an epic bounce, because this is what has happened throughout the last few months, where we did get a dip from the lows of the range and we came back and back tested the level, got a major pump. If you take a look at this pivot low, same happened right over here, a little bit of volatility, but you managed to get above it and you actually back tested the level to get the pump. So we were very much aware, hey, we got this failed auction, why not back test it as we've done throughout the last few months? Boom, boom, back test, pump, boom, boom, back test, pump. Why not do it again? Boom, back test, pump. This happened very nicely. Diamond reversal, very nice indeed. Anybody that is not aware of a diamond bottom pattern, let's get that pattern on the chart right away here with my... Let's get it out here. Diamond bottom reversal pattern, right? Look at this. Absolutely epic. And for a diamond pattern, which I think has to be one of the most kind of old school, classic textbook kind of pattern scenarios, you need the volume, you need the highest volume in the center of the diamond pattern. And yeah, we do have the highest volume at the center of the pattern, right? That's where we got the major dump in August, right? The first week of August was horrible. Big spike in volume. That is where you have the the highest volume spike in the center of the diamond. But anyway, I'm not sure if you guys want to talk higher time frames, just some things that we're talking about here. Diamond pattern, let's forget about that. That's higher time frame. We're getting the bounce, back testing the July lows, breaking through. I have to say that the price looks relatively good. You know, I am bullish for the next coming months. For Q4, I would expect all-time high to be hit. Could we get a devastating corrective move in the next couple of days, right? Next few days, couple of weeks. Is that possible? You know, it is disturbing that we have been pumping very nicely throughout the last couple of weeks in this uptrend, right? And we are tackling the resistance. We got a monthly level. We're very close to those highs from August at 65K. You know, I do think that we could tap above 55, 65K, 66K. There is a lot of resistance, right? There is some resistance zones that I want to talk about, but you know, maybe it's going to smash through. If we break above this ascending channel successfully, this is when you start getting into a parabolic scenario, right? If you break an ascending channel to the upside, you get a big fat pump. So that is the question. Will we reject, just like we did on Friday, from the ascending channel, right? We did get some really nice resistance here, hitting that naked point of control. You know, did manage to get into a short scalp a little late. I know 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽 got into an epic short scalp, shorting the naked point of control from the consolidation that we had in August, right? That high volume node was rejected to perfection, right? You get the fixed volume profile from this consolidation. 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽, that cheeky booger, got into a short trade right there, managed to rode a pretty nice short down to the lows, all right? I shorted a little late on this. This was explained on the previous live stream because I was looking for an ABC right over here and thinking, hey, I don't mind shorting here. I got in late on the bounce, but overall managed to ride that move to the downside here very nicely. So, there is resistance. The question is right now, have we finished, right? Because there's different counts here. We could get another leg to the upside. Is this a finished three-wave structure up? When we do see the C wave, I need to say, just like we've been talking about the last few days, speculating that we have formed a wave 1 here, wave 2, and a wave 3, looking for an ABC flat here. The weekend was in, very rangy scenario, getting a bit overextended in time, but finally kind of bottoming out and creating that last leg to the upside. But is it the last leg? That is the question. And what is disturbing about this pump that we've had throughout the last 24 hours is that it's not looking too great, right? It's a very kind of strange pump that has happened throughout the last 24 hours where we've had a bit of volatility. You got a really nice green pump here, a higher low, and then another pump here. It's very three wavy, and it's like it's just not clean, right? It's just not a clean. You got overlap from this pivot low, so this has to be a complex corrective structure. The only start of this impulse from a possible wave 5 here is from this pivot, and this is very three wavy. It's like you would want to see 5 waves, right, in an impulse, in a contracting diagonal or an expanding diagonal, and this is very three wavy right there, which is very disturbing to finish this 5th wave since we created the 3rd wave and 4th wave that we mentioned throughout Friday, right? Of course, the weekend has been very boring, not interested in this range. And now we got the highs taken. The question is, has this 5th wave finished? Or are we going to actually extend this 5th wave and get another leg up? And that is what I want to talk about, right? That's what I want to talk about this right now, because there is a possibility in creating one more leg to the upside. And this is where we want to talk about the possibility for a swing short position. And I need your full attention here. The ones that are boring and, think that this guy has no idea and, just bored because of the analysis, they can leave and go to another place. But I need your full attention, guys, because overall the levels and everything makes sense. It's all about Fibonacci. It's all about confluence zones, just like the monthly level that we mentioned here for the rejection. this makes sense. This is what we are talking about right now. The possibility of actually forming a very rare expanding diagonal. And this is extremely rare to happen. But the only reason why I believe that this is possible is because of the low from yesterday or early this morning, depending on where you are. This was a very, very rare move up in a 3-wave structure to finish this 5th wave. That you usually want to see a nice 5-wave move up to finish an impulse, right? And with no doubt, we are in an impulsive market throughout the last few weeks. And it just does not make sense that this has, it could be the finished zone, guys. I'm just coming to the conclusion that if we get one more leg to the upside, it has to top out and potentially get a corrective move, at least to sweep up these lows. And this is a really nice swing short scenario, okay? The main reason why the lows here is a target zone, because there's unfinished business, like I like to say. There's unfinished business. Why is there unfinished business here at the lows? It is because this low from Friday was not hit early this morning or late last night. Okay, let's dive in here. This low was not hit just by a few dollars, right? $20 or $30, I don't know, just a few dollars. This low is not hit. This is a great liquidity zone, with no doubt. It's a great liquidity zone. I would consider, we'll talk about another internal level here, because there is a possibility in forming a lower high, and then screw that. We're not forming another high, and we form another lower high. I'm going to explain a little bit of this trading plan right now, but I'm going through from higher time frame levels to lower time frame. There is a bunch of liquidity sitting down there, guys, sitting beneath the lows of the weekend, right? At 62,200 range. There is a bunch of liquidity. There is quite a lot. When we zoom out on the weekly time frame and analyze the range that we formed, yeah, we got lots of liquidity as well at 65, above 65K. So we have to come to the conclusion, if we go up first, and there's hundreds of millions, there's almost $1 billion in liquidations at 62.2. If we go up first, then we go down, okay? If we go up first, because there is a lot of liquidity above 65K, there's hundreds of millions, as you can see here. There is actually more liquidity beneath 62,300, just at that range. So I'm going to talk about a possible long setup and a possible short setup and what we want to see. Okay? And it's all about being patient, guys, till those levels are hit and get the reaction and then execute that trade. As simple as that, right? Longing, shorting, where we at right now in the middle of the range. It's like, let's see if we do get the bounce. Let's see if we do claim the lows. Well, no. If we claim lows first, then I would be interested in the long position. If we claim the highs first, then I'll be interested in the short, right? Because there is a lot of liquidity here. There is a lot of liquidity here. So up first, then down. Down first, then up, right? Simple as that, guys. Easy peasy. Nice and easy. So, mucha liquidez. Down below, still a lot of liquidity above 65K. So what are the levels? What are the scenarios, right? What are the scenarios? If we come to the conclusion here that, what if we are forming, okay? And this is it is extremely rare, an expanding diagonal, and the 5th wave is the one that's more explosive. 5th wave is larger than the 3rd wave. So that would have to that would have to make the price come to even much higher levels than this, right? It is larger than a 3rd wave on an expanding diagonal, right? Just because we have 3 waves up, I would want to see one more wave to the upside to get above 65k. Now the question is, where can we find resistance and possibly reject down, all right, completing that fifth wave here, right? I want to know exactly where I could short, and this could bring a move of a few $1,000s to the downside. Let's talk about the resistance levels. Let's talk about the target zones where we could get that push up, right? Just imagine we get that explosive pump above 65k. Are you going to be bullish? I would be a little bit cautious. You know, this could be a local topping zone, and we could be getting that pullback. We've been very bullish throughout the last few weeks. I don't want to say we're breaking the highs. You know, this is this is the moment. There is a lot of resistance, and it makes sense to grab if we grab that liquidity first. Hey, we got a lot of liquidity beneath $62,000, right? Beneath 62.2k. There is a lot of liquidity. So if we take a look at the timing of this uptrend and the different possibilities, this has to end up soon at some point with high probability, right? It could explode out, and then we just have to look at another scenario. Then potentially this has been a multiple 1-2, and we just in an explosive third wave, and off we go to higher levels. But we're just going to talk about the exact level of resistance, just like we do best on the streams. Hey, we got a month, we got a weekly, we got a monthly. We could reject here from this level several $100s, you know, if not over $1,000, like we did. We talk about the levels of where we could reject. Will we reject from that level? I don't know. But if it does, we can, you know, get into a possible short trade. We'll talk about the long setups as well, guys, because we're very much in an uptrend. So you would be interested in the best level to long. Well, we'll talk about that right away. But we're just very, very, very close to the highs here. And yeah, what if we do get that leg up, right? I'm only interested, right, if we break the highs that we created early this morning. What is next, right? Where is the level of resistance that I do see the price, you know, getting a rejection? And I'm going to keep it relatively simple. For me, it would be the next big major Fibonacci retracement from the highs created here in July to the lows created in August. And that was mentioned in today's video update. It is the 7/8 Fibonacci retracement, which is sitting around about $65,500. This could maybe not be an exact level. It could pump a couple of $100s above the 7/8, but I would be taking a look at the 7/8 Fibonacci to be my guide. Okay, the 7/8 Fibonacci is my guide. The moment, just like, you know, hey, the 618 right over here, the golden pocket. You got the pivot high and the pivot low. If the price is above the 618 Fibonacci, I am not interested in the short. As we reject from the 618, I'm interested in the short. Boom, you know, you get the pullback. I would use the 7/8 as a guide. As in, okay, it's above those highs from August at 65k. If the price maintains above the 7/8 Fibonacci, then I'm not interested in the short. This is exactly where the high of the channel is, right? That is if we were to pump there today or tomorrow, right? The high of the channel is basically where we have the 7/8 Fibonacci. This is going to be an interesting zone, guys, because it either pops out here successfully and we off to the races, or it gets a bit of dancing momentum and it rejects from that zone. That is if we were to pump in between today and tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully this will happen tomorrow morning or so, right? But or we just pull down, right? It might not happen. But if it does happen, it is a rejection point. Okay, so yeah, let's go through that. This is higher time frame, obviously. Intraday right now, we might be consolidating here throughout the next 24 hours, and none of this is going to happen. But I would be very much interested in this scenario. Okay, when we do take a look at this momentum since the 6th of September, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC in a one wave or an A wave, a corrective structure, nice channel to the upside. And here we got 1, 2, 3, a nice long fourth wave throughout the weekend. Very common for a fourth wave. This is the scenario. Now is where I'm in doubt. Is this the high? And we are going to get a decent pullback, breaking down below 62.2K. But we'll be talking about the possible long scenarios as well, which is going to be a bit disturbing. This is going to be a difficult long without a doubt. But we'll talk about some scenarios right away of what I would want to see on the chart to actually take that trading decision. So just out of curiosity, guys, if we pump through 65K, I would be expecting the price to top out if we get claim above these highs, and that would be extremely bullish for the next coming weeks. If we get above this high, I do think that this will be looking pretty good. Maybe we get a nice big dip first of all throughout the next coming days and weeks after hitting the high. But it would be a swing short trade setup, and I would be at least targeting the lows of the weekend. It's just the momentum, it's the waves. This ain't a zone to become extremely bullish and get into long positions, without a doubt. This is actually a big resistance zone. It makes sense with Elliott wave theory. With the waves, you're hitting a crucial Fibonacci retracement from higher time frame drop, okay, which is the 7/8 fib level, with the resistance of this ascending channel. Now the question is, will it break or not? We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see, guys. And it does make sense. The only reason why this could happen is because of this potential expanding diagonal, which looks extremely rare. It looks extremely dodgy. But just because we formed the three-wave structure to get the highs here from the lows, it is possible. We have to say that it is possible that you could get that fifth wave on this expanding diagonal. So the scenario here, the biggest resistance is that 65,500. Could it pump a few $100s above the level to get a fake out and then reject, and then we get in that pullback? Absolutely yes. But this, I would be targeting the lows of the weekend if it's not hit throughout the next coming hours, right, between today and tomorrow, which is very possible. I'm just talking about this setup that could happen. This would be my interest zone to look for this day trade to swing trade. It might take a couple of days to come all the way down here. The main reason why is because the low from Friday was not claimed this morning. There is a huge amount of liquidity here sitting, as I've shown you, right? There's over $1 billion just under 62.2K. So yeah, we go up first and claim a bit of liquidity above 65K. I would be interested in the short, but I need this level to be hit. I need the top of the channel, the 7/8, speculating on that fifth wave on this expanding diagonal to complete this 5-wave move up. I mean, it's a golden ticket, guys. I have to say it's a golden ticket. And the overall first target, it could turn into a swing short trade. It could turn into a swing short trade, because if we come down here and we do not get supported here from higher lows and we start breaking down this ascending channel from the last few weeks, yeah, we could be getting a much larger pullback and maybe filling that CME futures gap that we have at 54K, right? So, but the first target zone, right? This is being a little bit ambitious and a little bit too bearish. The first target zone would be this one, right? The below the lows of the weekend. And that if that is not claimed in the next coming hours. So now we need to come with the bullish case scenario. Hey, what if we do come down and sweep up these lows? Before we get up there, right? Before we get above 65K. I mean, this would be a very nice, there's a lot of confluence. It makes sense with the waves. It makes sense with, the zone for this to happen, guys. It's extremely technical. It goes with the timing. There's a bunch of liquidity. Today, we did not claim the lows from Friday. We do know that there is a lot of liquidity beneath here. If we pump first, we come down later. we come down later with high probability if this level is rejected. And we got a setup here. We got a plan. And trading is all about planning. So I like this plan and I'm sharing it with you. And just because of that, you guys need to smash up that like button, because we share technical analysis, nice education, possible setups for free, guys. And I need a little bit of support, because if not, I'm gonna leave and I will never come back. I know a lot of you guys do appreciate it, guys. Okay, I know that you guys appreciate it. 64k and watch it happen. Yeah, 64k, can 64. I'm interested in a short to hold. I'm interested in a short to hold. Yeah, then there is this other scenario. You know, could we back test this level, right? Let's get some levels off the chart. Just say that this has been the top, right? This is a possible scenario that I just mentioned, guys. It doesn't need to happen, but if we pump now throughout the night and get up there, I like this scenario very much. I like it very, very much. But yeah, maybe this is not going to happen. So let's talk about the other different possibilities on lower time frame, because hey, can't we backtest the highs from Friday? And there has been some a lot of longs entering on Bybit, okay? But now there's a lot of shorts entering on Bybit. We're actually forming some local bullish CVD divergence, meaning that the highs could be claimed again, right? We're getting some lower lows on CVD on all of the exchanges. We're getting a bunch of people shorting the market here, which is, you know, they're probably going to get squeezed out. We got a major, this is an aggressive short trade that I entered based on, purely based on bearish CVD divergence, like an internal SFP scenario, but which is, never mind, it's just a personal scalp that I took here, because there was a lot of longs entering on Bybit, and yeah, we got bearish CVD divergence, just testing these highs, consolidation, nice move down to the lows, not taking the low, but down close enough just for a quick take profit. 𝗕𝗏𝘆 was talking about this on his live stream, about this short trade and taking profits here. And he got into the same trade as well. And that was purely based just as an SFP from the local highs of this range, and very aggressive bearish CVD divergence. I mean, not only from this pivot high, also from, you know, all of these pivots, right? All of these lower highs right there is just too aggressive. Of lots of longs entering on Bybit here. Now we got bullish ones that could get the movement up. But yeah, if we were to continue, right, because those lows have not been claimed. If we were to continue and get a movement up now here to the upside, the question is, can we backtest the highs? And let me just get this channel out of the way, guys. Let me just clean the chart a little bit, because clean up the chart a little bit here with levels and Fibonacci and whatsoever. If we were to come up to the highs from Friday, again, you know, could this level be back tested? I have to say, yeah, it's definitely possible. I would only consider a short trade after this big bunch of volatility that we've had throughout the last few hours, pump and dump, pump and dump. If we were to come up there, I would be a bit cautious. Without a doubt, I would have to see insane long positions entering on either any exchange on the CVD. I would just have to see this skyrocketing again. At least on Bybit, right? And form more higher highs here, because the lows have not been tested from these bearish CVDs. I mean, the low is the target, and we did not hit the low. So we're getting some bullish CVD divergence right now. So meaning that we could get the pump. If we get that pump and we just start forming higher highs, we had a bunch of long traders again on Bybit, millions of dollars of longs that could get squeezed out. Then I would consider, like someone mentioned here in the comment section, yeah, we could retrace to the 618 Fibonacci. and backtest Friday highs, right? Because this is a bit of a failed auction scenario. Could we get that level being hit the golden pocket, backtest the level, have a huge amount of traders, at least on Bybit, get into long positions, form those lower highs, higher highs on CVD, and get them squeezed out, right? Get the price dumping down because this fifth wave has finished, right? On higher time frame, right? Speculating on, yeah, maybe this fifth wave has finished and maybe it isn't a larger ABC, right? And we're just forming right now the first impulsive move down, the second wave, and bang, we're just going to get that big corrective move throughout the next coming hours, right? Between today and tomorrow. I have to say there is a chance on this. And if this does play out, well, you're in a golden short trade and you're at least targeting the lows from the weekend. I have to say it's a very much acceptable setup. We love back testing major highs or lows after a failed auction. We're forming intraday bullish CVD divergence, so there is a possibility of forming a higher low and getting a leg up here. It would be ideal to get the CVD, wow, and a lot of shorts entering the market right now, so that there is a possibility of forming a higher low here. It would be ideal to do this. Boom, get the pump and get a bunch of longs entering and then continue high highs on the CVD. This would be ideal. It would be ideal for the back test. And, I mean, if we get massive bearish CVD divergence and get a lot of people longing into the back test of Friday, hitting the golden pocket, maybe it can hit the 7-8, right? Getting a bit punchy here. If we start struggling here to get above the Friday highs with massive bearish CVD divergence, I have to say that this scenario is definitely possible. And you would just have to manage risk accordingly, right? Yeah, I wouldn't go too crazy with stop loss at, maybe not the highs, even the 0.88, above the 0.88 should be enough. But I would be targeting the lows of the weekend. But we need to see things, right? We need to see things. We need to see incredible bearish CVD divergence, get a lot of longs entering here, expecting that the highs are going to be claimed, and they're just getting trapped. And we finally get that leg down and come to the scenario that we're forming an impulsive move to the downside in a second wave, which, could retrace to the 618. It could retrace to the 78. But, this, I would, hey, just manage risk accordingly. You can risk peanuts here, risk 0.5% of your capital, get into small position. I think it's very much acceptable. I would really want to see bearish CVD divergence, get higher highs on the CVD, and that would confirm that, yeah, it has a high chance that this is just going to get absorbed and it's going to push down. We're forming incredible bullish CVD divergence here locally at the moment. A lot of shorts entering the market, but the market is getting a little bit of a tumble at the moment. I'm not sure what the stock market is doing. Stock market is probably also getting a little bit of a dumpy action. Stock market, yeah, not much going on the stock market. It is dumping right now. Very rangy. Bit of volatility, very rangy. But it is a scenario, guys. So it is an interest zone in between 64K and 64,200. Someone was saying this in the Nomad Man Beats. Nomad Man Beats is saying, I'm looking for higher highs, but need a bone. But yeah, Nomad Man Beats was talking about this scenario. So I have to say, it's very, very possible. I mean, this could have even topped out here. Could have topped out here. It's just very rare to see this as an impulse. I gotta be honest. This just looks like a big fat mess. this is not too convincing for an impulse, to be honest. This right here and this, it really is. I'm going to say this is actually a dangerous short, okay? It is a bit dangerous. We would have to see massive bearish CVD divergence, right? Get those high highs on Bybit. At least, right? It's not going to happen on the rest of exchanges. We're very far away from those highs. It's just not going to happen. Just being aware that the highs could be taken because of the lows of today, since we've finished this fourth wave corrective structure. Very overlapping, very three wavy. I have to say, it just looks like it could get another pump up to the highs. I would stay a little bit cautious of this short scenario. Only if we had aggressive bearish CVDs, I would have an attempt with very low capital and at the highest level possible. And we would have to get massive reaction here, massive absorption, and very big bearish CVDs to look for that movement down here to the lows of the weekend. I would really prefer to remain patient and get to the much better trade that was mentioned just about 10-20 minutes ago, which is actually getting above 65,500 to see the possibility of this expanding diagonal, right? To complete that fifth wave, because this is very three wavy. You know, it would have been really nice to see this scenario. And in an expanding diagonal, the fifth wave is the more explosive, right? It's much larger than the third wave. So that would be absolutely beautiful. And it does make sense for it to hit the confluence zone, which is claiming the highs from August above 65K, hitting the 7/8 Fibonacci from the high to the lows, and hitting the top of the channel, not managing to break above it. And, you know, there's unfinished business here. Without a doubt, I would say that at least you're going to come down to sweep these lows as a take profit zone. The most extreme bullish case, if you get above 65,500 and, you know, you end up getting stopped out from that short, we're just going to absolutely moon here. It's just going to moon. If you break a resistance from an ascending channel successfully, you know, you are looking for a big move up. You know, at a minimum, the width of the channel. And yeah, we're looking at plus 70K. So, I mean, this is why I think, you know, if we get up there, this is very likely going to get the rejection. We're just going to sweep up that liquidity, and then at least we're going to come down here. And the only Elliott wave count that you do have for this breakout is just a multiple 1 2 1 2 1 2, and you're inside of a massive third wave right here, which is, you know, would be quite rare. But as we are in a bull market, it could already happen, right? And we're going to absolutely explode. But I'm going to say, you know, my technical level here for the short trade is going to be 65.5K. And you might get people in the comment section saying, you're an absolute bear. You know, he comes again. The biggest bear in crypto space must be relentless shorter or just another crypto pessimist. Hey, I got into the short trade here and got out and took profits. And, you know, it's just, I'm out of the position already, right? It's just, these are intraday setups, right? We're just talking about intraday. And if I'm looking for a possible rejection, it's a technical level where the price could reject it. And we're looking for an intraday setup. That's it. I'm not saying that this is going to reject and we're going down to fill the CME futures gap. It's an intraday level to level trade, even though, you know, coming down to sweep up these lows. And I would be even possibly interested in a long position if we come down to sweep up the lows here below 62,200. Matter of fact, if we do come down in the next 24 hours, right? Give or take between today, tomorrow, Wednesday. There is an extreme bullish case. There is a lot of liquidity still sitting above 65K. There is just a lot, okay? A lot of liquidity. There is that liquidity, which is very disturbing below 62,200. So could we dip down to that level? And I would be interested. I would say, you know, hey, maybe this has been the end of the fifth wave. I wouldn't speculate on this being an A, B, C, very, very large, right? You're still inside of the fourth wave. You're going to get the pump here in a fifth wave later on. I mean, yes, also possible, okay? But the timing is just a little bit overextended. It would be a little bit overextended. I would be looking at a possible double 1, 2 in this case. As in 1, 2, 1, 2 here, and you're just absolutely going to rip with a third wave. I mean, this is very much a possibility. This is why, hey, we are in bullish market structure. So what would be my plan here to get into a long position? Well, we need to sweep those lows to grab that massive amount of liquidity, right? Which is sitting, you know, it's just the lows from the weekend. So now the question is, you know, what am I going to look for, right? I'm not interested in a falling knife, right? We break down here. I wake up tomorrow morning and we're trading somewhere here. Don't worry. You know, I will manage to find a possible scenario with the Legends trading community. Obviously, today's been extremely difficult, I have to say. Extremely difficult range for scalping. But I will find a range. And to keep it simple here, just for YouTube, right? Because it's not as easy. If you want some really complex stuff and a little bit of guidance, I would suggest to join the Legends trading community, of course. You know, you do have the first link down below. If you're interested in seeing updates and explanations, you got the Legends trading community. It's the first link down below, guys. It's on Discord. Here, I'm going to keep it simple because we need to see what happens as we get down to the lows, right? Intraday zones. If we're trading down at 61K, 62K tomorrow, I'm going to keep it a little bit simple here for YouTube. If you want more in detail stuff, join the Discord. We do have a nice high volume node from this consolidation of Thursday. Nice consolidation. We do have a nice, you know, naked point of control, if you wish, from that high volume node. It's a big solid level. You'll be sweeping up the lows from the weekend, right? To keep it in a simple explanation here, what I would want to see, all right, throughout the next 1 to 2 days, might be tomorrow, maybe this has been the high, and just say that we're dumping down here throughout the next coming hours. What I can count is the highs from today and the lows. If this were to be the high and we dumping down, I've got some extensions. I got some different counts and possibilities to speculate. Hey, what if this is an ABC right there, right? If this were to be the high and we start breaking down, I know some possible extensions. I know some target zones. I know we could be forming an ABC move down. So let's take a look at Fibonacci extension. If this were to be the high, right? Just for speculation right now. I'm not sure if this is going to be the high or not. We're going to pump up. But just for speculation, I mean, the 1.618 would be a too much of an extensive C wave, right? There would be looking more like a third wave. I don't want to see much more than a 1382 and a 1-to-1. In between 1-to-1 and 1382 is where I want to see that C wave finish here if we were to drop down now in the next coming hours. This would be the zone that I want to see the price finishing the movement down. If we come down to 61K, then I have to come to the conclusion, guys, hey, this does look very, 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 very impulsive down. You know, would be a little bit in doubt to believe that that is a C wave, right? I would be thinking more of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and breaking down already from the channel, right? We don't want to see that, right? The bulls do not want to see that. The bears do want to see that. So yeah, this is the bottom zone. If you want to speculate on a regular C wave, getting down to in between the 1-to-1 and the 1382, just to say, okay, this could be definitely that C wave. And as a conservative trader, and smash up the like button, guys. I'm not here giving this explanation without a like button, okay? I want to see at least, how many likes do we have here? I'm giving good technical explanations. Let's get to 300 likes, guys, all together. We're just under 200. Smash up the like button, because I'm giving you in detail, what we want to see to take a trading decision, right? Just waiting for a plan here, right? Because, I do get that beginner traders are like, are we going to pump? Are we going to jump? Is the high end? I don't know, guys. I do not know. I know some targets and some timing and some fib levels and some scenarios that I would be interested to take the decision, and I'm here to share it with you. So if we were to come down to this area, right, we say between 1-to-1 and 1382, right, preferably not in the 1.618, sweeping up the lows from the weekend and actually getting supported from this high volume node, from that consolidation that we created on Thursday. There is a big high volume node right there, which is sitting around about the 1-to-1, 1.05, most commonly for a C wave. That is good. That could get the bounce. That I personally would not long instantly a major drop to that level, okay? As a conservative trader, I want to see a proof of support. What do I mean by proof of support? Well, get a reaction and bounce off. Bounce off. See a sign of strength. Bounce off from that 1-to-1, 105 extension. Point of control here from Thursday. Getting that bounce, that naked point of control. Get above the lows from the weekend. That is a reaction. That is good news. That is bullish. We bounce off from that level and we do hit the lows. Let me put that music on back again, guys. We bounce from that level and we managed to hit the lows from today. Okay? We moved down here. We got the movement up. We break down. Instant reaction bounce. Bounces $1,000. Hits the lows. This will no longer look impulsive. You will have an overlap from this pivot. And if you are bearish, then this is bad news for you. I gotta say, if we bounce and hit this level again after getting the reaction from this level, and this is an aggressive long position, guys, without a doubt, I would be really not that interested in that long. Yeah, you could get a failed auction, SFP from the lows of the weekend. You can get into the long here, stop loss at the low. It's relatively quite aggressive, but it is definitely a possibility. This is not bueno for the bears. If we get a massive reaction bounce from that point of control of Thursday, and we manage to fail auction from the lows of the weekend, and we hit the lows of today at 63K, right? This is not bueno for the bears. They're not bueno. This is not good. This is going to be an instant bounce, sign of strength, sweeping up the liquidity that we do have there. And we do have a good possibility that we're just going to form a higher low and we're going to go to higher levels, right? So what I would want to see here, we hit this level. I will be extremely interested in the retracement. We retrace down here like this, coming to close to back test the lows from the weekend, right? I will be aiming for 50% Fibonacci, 7-8 Fibonacci zone. This is going to be my golden ticket area where I would be speculating on a third wave to happen, because we've swept the liquidity from the lows, and this would be it would make sense eventually, right? Especially if we have bullish CVD divergence from that low created. If we do get the bounce, boom, hit these lows from today, Oh my goodness, this is going to be this is the golden ticket. This is our golden retracement. This is the golden retracement, especially if we form bullish CVD divergence. We form higher lows coming into the 50% golden pocket zone, and we get extremely lower lows on the CVD, right? Just say that we get that dump for the sake of it, right? And we do this. Higher lows, back testing the lows of the weekend, form lower lows right there, get a lot of shorts entering here on the bounce. It's going to be the golden ticket, and I would be targeting the highs, and even higher. So I mean, it's an idea, it's a setup. That's what I would want to see. I've shared with you the possibilities of the shorting zone. Right now, I really don't care much what happens here in this level. Just going to remain patient. One of the levels are going to be hit either today or tomorrow, right? I might be sleeping, doesn't matter. One of the areas will be hit. One of the liquidity zones will be hit sooner rather than later. This week, it's going to happen. And that is where there is a good trading plan as explained in this live stream. We go up first, then we'll be expecting the lows of the weekend to be hit next. We come down to below 62,200, the lows of the weekend. Then I would be expecting the next wave up, right? We are in an uptrend, so hey, we are trending up. The market is bullish throughout the last few weeks. There is some signs that this could be a three-wave ABC. We have technically formed a fifth wave here. Okay, there is a possible count here on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hey, what if this isn't a three-wave structure? There is some danger here. This is why I would be like, yeah, I don't want to long here. I don't want to long the movement down. This could break down. So I want to see that reaction, quick move up, get that overlap from that low of today, and then say, okay, now it looks pretty good. To back test the level, bullish CVDs, I like it. We've swept the liquidity. We are seeing that proof of support. I can manage risk, and I've got the highs, for the target and the bunch of liquidity here. Brief explanation, legends, on that scenario. If you are not trading yet on one of the exchanges, one of my favorite exchanges, guys, obviously that is Bybit. Bybit, you get an exclusive bonus $30,000 deposit with the link down below in the description, guys. It is the second link, up to 30K, depending on what you deposit and the volume that you move. But what is more interesting is the competition that is coming up, guys. We have the World Series of Trading. That is, the registration is starting in October. Make sure to create a Bybit account. Be ready to join my team. We did amazing last year. We were most of the time ranked top 10. We did crash down to top 20. But there's hundreds of teams here. We like in the top 20 teams most of the competitions on the World Series of Trading throughout the last couple of years. So, we are pretty good in good ranking. I am going to keep this account, which I am, trying to double right now throughout the next month, maybe 2 months. This is a 10K account. I will keep this 10K account for the competition as a leader, which is going to bring a bit of pressure. But overall, this is the account that I will be maintaining for the World Series of Trading as well, which is in mid-October. Guys, this is going to be epic. There's $10 million worth of prize pool. And if you are in my team and we are going to be in the top 10, if we are going to be in the top 3, we're going to get a big chunk of the $10 million, guys. I'm telling you, the top 3 teams are the ones that distribute a big chunk of the gains, right? So let's try and do it, guys, this year. We are usually ranked in the top 10, top 20. So it's going to be a big battle, and we'll do my best to get into the top 3, okay? So yeah, let's, not much more to say about Bitcoin. The scenarios have been said here on the higher time frame. Obviously, tomorrow I will be focusing with the Legends trading community for some intraday setups wherever we are. If we are here or here or here, it doesn't matter. We look for intraday scenarios. And, but overall, the higher time frame scenarios here have been mentioned on YouTube. So can't beat chart champions. I tell you what, last year we actually were in front of chart champions, and I wish I had a screenshot of that, but I was very much aware chart champions are definitely one of the best in the league, and we were actually in front of chart champions for a lot of time of the competition. We will see this year. Right? So yeah, we'll do our best. We were definitely in front of other crypto tubers. I can already tell you that. But yeah, chart champions, hey, kudos to them. Much respect to them, because without a doubt, they are, without a doubt, one of the leaders out there in technical analysis and trading. But I can tell you that last year we were in front of chart champions for a long period of the competition. I'm not sure how they ended. They did drop down from the top 20. I'm very much aware, there's Rover, there's Sniper, right? Sheldon, the Sniper, we were in front of them. There's several of them, chart champions, they are in the top, usually in the top 10, top 20. They do fight very well, but hey, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, chart champions, kudos to them. They're definitely in the game. Hey Andy, would love your TA on BitTensor. BitTensor has been pumping quite nicely. Thank you, Andy. Great analysis. Chris, you're very much welcome, my brother. Andy's getting support at 62.2. Yeah, we are getting a bit of support. We're not going to talk about much internally here, because then I get the community that I'm providing too much intraday information. This is very disturbing. For me, the speculation on this move today was this counted as an impulsive move down, and this being an A, B, and C right there. And this is why, I was very interested in the long position, but it was very hard, very choppy, consistent bearish CVD divergence here. This was an absolute nightmare, because, I'm looking for the long position. I am looking for this movement to happen, which I know it's going to happen at some point. This is when you want to try and catch the low, and you're looking for this move to claim this high. And it was very, 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 very difficult. Very, very difficult. Just being very defensive and waiting. And we were just consistently forming bearish CVD divergence. You're just having too many people longing that, this dump. And I was like, screw you, Bybit. There's a lot of people trying to long this area. And we're just forming lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And on the CVD, it was higher highs, higher highs. And it was like, screw you, Bybit, right? Just a lot of people trying to long here, speculating on that this is the low. And I'm like, yeah, this is not good. We're just going to claim the low and claim the low and claim the low. So higher highs on CVD, higher highs on CVD. Just saying to the legends, not interested. I was looking for a long here. Not interested, not interested. We just, there's a lot of people longing. They're just going to get squeezed out. So it's like, no. Not good. So it's not easy. Looking for this pump up. But overall, as we got this pump up, then you got the next plan here, right? Which is like, hey, if we squeeze up above this high and you swing failure pattern from this high, and you form bearish CVD divergence, it's like, hey, this is probably going to get a very good rejection. And Devil also got into this short, which is, it was actually a pretty good short. If you're trying to get this long position in the downtrend, trying to figure out where that low is going to be, but you can't get it because you're just getting consistent bearish CVDs, because a lot of people are longing here and they're just getting squeezed out. You just remain patient. You get the squeeze out, too many people FOMOing in on the long, and you just SFP from this high. And just looking at the Elliott wave theory analysis here is, for this to be an impulsive move down, and this is, let me just clean the chart, guys, and this is pure technical analysis, guys. You need to be active. You need to love what you do, because I love what I do. For me, if this were to be an impulsive move down, you at least want to retrace to the 382 fib, and it only retraced to the 236 on all of the dumps from the lows. This dump over here, you didn't manage to reach the 382. The 236 even. This one right over here. No. 236. No. 236. No. 236. Here, it only hit the 236, which is extremely rare to successfully continue to the downside with a big move. You at least want to get to the 382. At least. When we extend fib, obviously, right now. So this is why I'm like coming into the conclusion, this has to be an ABC flat. It has to be. You will not get the price successfully moving down here because, I mean, you could, all right? You could. I can never say you won't because, you know, it's all about probabilities. You retrace to the 236 here. You know, this is extremely rare to happen. You would not get a massive move down. It's just very, very rare. And I'm like, okay, you know, I would want at least the price action to retrace to the 382 Fibonacci, which we did here finally with this move. So you need to come to the conclusion of, right, this has to end at some point, and I'm really interested in an SFP from this level as an ABC flat to come down here to the lows if you do form bearish CVD divergence. So, you know, you do have the bullish case. So, I mean, for me, it was a very mixed sentiment today. You got that very rare possibility of an expanding diagonal here. So, it's a bit aggressive. It's not been an easy day. You have, you know, you have the bullish case, the bearish case. It's been a bit of a battle here, and I have a little bit of mixed sentiment of what could happen here. So what would be best right now from this choppiness and this absolute big mess are the scenarios that I mentioned later. I want the price to get out of this mess. I've had enough. I've had enough in counting this. What's going on here? So as a trader, when you've had enough from a range and you have both probabilities of bullish and bearish, and you're a little bit confused from the intraday volatility, it's like, get out from here, right? Get out, and then, you know, let's get into a new level, right? Let's get into a new range because I'm tired already from this range. Based on, you know, we got this bullish case, we got the bearish case, we got, you know, now we've hit the highs, now we haven't, now we yet. It's like, you know, get out of the range, and then we can count the different scenarios like I mentioned throughout the last 10-20 minutes, right? With the higher time frame levels of resistance and support, you know, claim the lows of the weekend, right? Get a new fresh price action and momentum to then analyze the next possible move. So Forrest, my man, much love to you. Thank you, Sensei. I see there's so much going on, guys. I mean, I do have the masterclass modules in the Discord, okay, with the levels and scenarios. I am making the advanced Elliott wave theory modules right now, which is extremely important. That is getting very complex in detail. But if you want to know about harmonics, you know, timing, Fibonacci, such as retracement, expansion, target zones, it's all in modules in the Discord, okay? It's in the masterclass. If you want to learn, guys, because without a doubt, sometimes if you're new here and we are talking about all of this technical analysis, you'll be like, what the heck, right? So if you stick around long enough, then CVD is bullish now. And yeah, CVD is actually bullish right now. But hey, if these bullish CVDs need to play out, you know the deal. Stop loss at the lows. You're targeting the highs. Risk to reward is good. You can risk 2 peanuts here to possibly gain 6 or 7 peanuts. Do you want to take the shot? Do you want to risk it for the biscuit? You can use CVD strategy. There's a lot of shorts entering here on all of exchanges forming lower lows. You are forming higher lows right there. Hey, your invalidation is the low. Your invalidation is the low. You know, will we maintain support here? Right? I mean, could it just get a wick down, create a swing failure pattern, and then come up? I mean, I'm very confused right now with this range. I really want the price to get the heck out of this range. I've had enough. I've had enough of this pump and dump. And it's like, yeah, okay, get out. Just break down already or move up. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of shorts entering. You know, and the invalidation of this bullish CVDs is actually the low. So yeah, I mean, could we maintain these higher lows? I have to keep it simple. Just, you know, you can risk a few peanuts here. You are targeting the highs. You could risk a few peanuts. It is a 3.5 to 1 risk to reward approximately. It is possible. There's a lot of shorts entering the market right now, without a doubt. I mean, yeah, not that much on Bybit. Yeah, we do have a lot. You know, we do have a few million. There's been a lot of shorts here entering. I mean, not only on Bybit, but on the rest of exchanges. You do have the bullish CVDs. So, can we hit 300 likes? Risk it for the biscuit, my man. Yes, you got that damn right. Legends, we got to take a look at some news right away. Why not? Shall we take a look at a little bit at some news, guys? Because there is some... Kamala Harris finally breaks silence on cryptocurrency. Probably heard about this already. I don't know, guys. Who are you with, guys? With Donald Trump or with Kamala Harris? She's probably going to be winning the election. I mean, it's a very, very 50-50. Donald Trump has been having a little bit less throughout the last few days and couple of weeks, but I don't know, guys. What do you think? Yeah, there is a slightly more percentage here on Kamala Harris. And this is coming in the next few weeks, right? There's only 1.5 months here till we get the election. And I don't know. I really prefer Donald Trump, to be honest. Trump, no brainer. I'm with Andy. Yeah, Andy for president, right? Trump. Yeah, a lot of Trump. Yeah, me too. I would really... I like the dude. I like Donald Trump. We have a lot of millions of dollars of USDC being printed. Just in the last 24 hours, we had 150 million. The latest one being another 50 million. So it's 150 million USDC being minted. This usually means one thing. More US dollar tether and more USDC, more stable coins being printed, usually is because it should go into some cryptocurrency, whether it's Bitcoin or the altcoins. So there's been quite a lot of printing on these stable coins throughout the last few days. Just USDC in the last 24 hours, 150 million, probably going to continue, but that's usually good because it means that it's probably going to be allocated into some altcoins. We had a great week last week with the ETF inflow, and we talked about this last week while the price of Bitcoin was being bullish, saying, hey, when the price it's like really the opposite, guys. When we got the Bitcoin price dropping, we see a lot of outflows. When there's pumps, inflows, drops, outflows, pumps, inflows, drops, outflows. And throughout the last 1-2 weeks, we've been saying, guys, you know, with these pumps, we're going to see some inflows. And we had a very, very bullish inflow week last week. So it's kind of they FOMO in, they FOMO out, right? We've been pumping nicely throughout the last week, and there's a lot of inflows. On the 13th, 263, on the 17th, 186 million, and yeah, 19th and the 20th, right, 158 million and 92 million. So price pumps, we get inflows. Price dumps, we get outflows, which is the other way around, right? You should, while it's dipping, there should be more inflows. Monochrome Bitcoin ETF in Australia, accumulating more and more. Obviously, they don't have much, okay? 142 Bitcoin. Well, they're adding and adding, okay? This is only going up, which is really good. It's on average of 1-2 Bitcoin per day. Really cool to see in Australia. They're adding and adding to their portfolio with Bitcoin. Crypto searches on Google are extremely low while Bitcoin is above 60K. Very bullish indicator without a doubt. Without a doubt, compared to the bull run, Bitcoin, right? Google search is extremely low. So there has to be, it's pretty obvious. If we smash through all-time high, okay, above 674K in the next couple of months, right, give or take, end of year, beginning of 2025, we have to see Bitcoin throughout, social media again, Google search, and this will be obviously a bearish indicator, but we need to break out through the all-time highs on Bitcoin, on Google search, right? Google Trends. We need to break above all-time high. This will be the moment where I would say, okay, guys, I'm selling some Bitcoin, the FOMO is back. That will be the first indication of starting to be a little bit cautious. Yes, Bitcoin will go to $1 million in the next, coming years, but you want to take some profits, and this will be the pretty obvious indicator that retail coming back in once Google Trends breaks the previous all-time high from 2021, and we're very, very far away from it. So yeah, it's a very good indicator, to be honest. So we need to break above the all-time high from 2021 on Google Trends. Bitcoin hash rate dominance is shifting to US mining companies. We have been hearing about this throughout the last few months. US wants to be the leader on Bitcoin mining. We got Donald Trump also saying US is going to be the leader in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And there's been they are moving up here ever so slightly. We got 55% of the pools, mining pools, are owned by Chinese people, right? And US pools are actually going up very nicely throughout the last few weeks. It looks like that we are getting a little bit of a shift. So that is pretty nice to see. US leading the way. Gold hits new all-time high. Gold is not stopping. This is just something interesting to see. Gold gained over 5% in 2 weeks. Let's see what Bitcoin. Bitcoin did surge 8.5%, hitting a 4-week high. Are you bullish for October, guys? We do know that October is usually a very bullish month. And if September ends up bullish throughout the September bullish months, which has only been 3 in the last decade, we've seen Bitcoin follow through very bullish. Muy bullish. Muy bullish. Will it be the same, legends? Or are we entering that recession depression and Bitcoin's going to 43K? Right? Legends. I'm sure you know about the 3-day cycle. Can you say something about it? I've been watching some videos, but a bit difficult to understand. The 3-day cycle? I don't know. I don't know. What's that? Explain to me in the Discord. SBF for president. Says one Hagerman. Capo for president. No way. No way. Legends. I'm going to wrap it up. We'll be back with more. Higher time frame scenarios for Bitcoin have been explained in this video update. Remember, we do have the World Series of Trading that is happening in October. We are going to do good, guys. We're going to do good. It's very difficult. We got some crazy Koreans that, do use extreme leverage and their percentage goes crazy. They sometimes end up in first, second place. They're very hard to compete, guys, without a doubt. But we'll do our best, all right? We're usually pretty good in the top 10 rankings, most of the competition. So if you are ready to join one of the top 10 teams, you want to do so with the Bitcoinsensus community. I know 𝗕𝗏𝗏 is also joining. So guys, be ready. If you haven't got a Bybit account, you do get the best bonus available, which is up to $30,000, guys. And you'll be ready to join the Bitcoinsensus team. Bam, bam, bam. We're going to absolutely rip, guys. Let's go. Thank you, everybody, for joining today's live stream. Smash up the like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to absolutely crush it. If you want more details, join the Discord. See you tomorrow.